Good night, Bill.
Good night. I want a refill.
Well, we're closed up. Come on.
What do you mean you're closed?
I said we're closed. Come on.
5 o'clock. Fine time to close a bar.
Come on, come on. Well, what? Well, what did he say?
Norman?
Norman. Did he give his permission, his approval for us to take a vacation?
Mom.
I mean, I wouldn't want to leave town without his okay. No telling what might happen.
I didn't ask his permission.
Don't tell me that. That's all you've done since you've known him. I tell you what I want you to do, and you run out of here and ask Norman Harrington if it's okay.
That's not true.
It isn't, Dad.
No, you exaggerate. You always exaggerate.
I know what's best for you to do, not Norman. We're closed. Not Norman, not... We're closed! Now, you sit down and listen to me. We're going away until this mess with Rodney and the trial is over. Tomorrow morning, we pack. I close this place up, put a sign on the door that says we've gone on vacation, get to the bank for some money, and we're gone.
Well, you go if you want. I'm staying.
You think Norman Harrington cares about you? You think he cares if you get hurt, smeared? You think he really cares?
Yes, I think he cares about me.
Sure he cared when it was all moonlight and roses. But now that his father's back...
It won't make a difference.
Well, tell that to Betty Anderson. Leslie Harrington pulled the rug out from her marriage to Rodney quicker than you can say, you come from the wrong side of the tracks, little girl.
Well, I don't care about that. If it hadn't been for me breaking up with Kitch and then breaking up with Joe to go with Norman, none of this would have happened. I've got to pay for what I did.
But do you know what the price is? When they bring you into court, in front of the whole town, and you have to tell about you and Kitch and you and Joe, that'll live with you forever. Don't you understand that?
Yeah, I know.
Do you really know it?
Yes, I know it. But if you care about somebody, you can't just run away. If you love somebody, stick with them, don't you? Yeah, I'm scared, but I'm going to stay with Norman because we have to help Rodney.
But why do it the hard way, honey? Gee, you were doing so good with your studying and working, and you were really getting someplace. Don't throw all that away. Listen, we can leave this town for good. I've got the money, and then you can finish your school.
I'm not going.
You think anybody in this town cares about you? Nobody cares about you the way I do.
Well, it's too late. Why didn't you care about me before? When I was running around with Kitch and Joe and those guys. Why didn't you care about me then? Why didn't you try and stop me then? Where were you then?
You looked at me like you hate me. I thought I did the best I could for you. It's a funny thing. I was always afraid I'd hurt you. I remember when you were born, I was afraid to take you out of that clean white hospital to where I lived. I even thought maybe I should take you to an orphanage so that maybe some nice, well-to-do couple might see you and love you and take you, give you a better home and a better life than I could. I never wanted to hurt you, Rita. But the time goes by and I save my money and you grow up with clean clothes and strong bones and then finally, one day, I get this place. And it takes all day and until all hours of the night, but it starts to pay off. It even makes money. Oh, not just for you, honey, but for me, too. For me, too. For the first time in my life, I'm independent. I'm free. I've even got money in the bank. And all the time, I was taking all these vows for everything I've got and all the things I could give you. I was ruining your life. Rita. Just a minute, Mr. Fowler. Rita? Rita? It's the district attorney. For you.
Hello? Well, when do you... Yes, sir. All right. Bye. Mr. Fowler's coming here tomorrow to ask me some questions. Mom.
All right, Stephen, get it off your chest.
Will you even hear me?
I'll try.
Tonight was supposed to be ours. A pleasant evening.
I'm sorry that it wasn't.
Oh, Betty, I sympathize with Rodney. I'm one of his lawyers. I spend a lot of my day on his case, and I'll be spending a lot more of them.
And you can forget it at night. But I can't.
You can't let it alone. Not for an evening, not for an hour.
You were the one who invited Mr. Harrington to sit down with us.
That may have been foolish, but this is a small town. We're going to keep running into Leslie Harrington.
You don't want any more scenes, is that it? Did I embarrass you?
That's a bad joke.
I'm not sure that it was a joke, Stephen.
Well, then your taste is even more questionable.
All of a sudden, you're very proper, Mr. Court.
Well, could you possibly believe that I'm concerned about you? Well, what happened? Did Harrington finally get to you after all these months?
I just thought that you might hurt Rodney, that's all.
Are you sure that's all?
I don't know, Stephen.
You're still running from it.
All right, Stephen, I'm not running away anymore.
Of all the girls I could have got interested in, it had to be Rodney's ex-wife.
Maybe that's why you're interested. Maybe you're still the little boy who ate his dinner in the Harrington kitchen.
You know just where to hit. Well, maybe that was part of the interest at first, but it's not true anymore. Now, if you can't believe that, we're in trouble.
It's late.
Yes, you said that on other nights.
Good night, Stephen.
You know this is goodbye.
That's the way you want it.
Well, what do you expect me to do? Stay around here while you make up your mind how you feel? I've had it. It's either me or the past.
How can it be the past with Rodney in jail?
Well, that's your decision, Betty.
Stephen, you know I like you, but you won't settle for that.
Why should I?
There's a definite blood tinge. I spoke to the Carsons. You know how it's coming? It's holding up. Good. Michael, I know this must be a very difficult case for you. None of them are easy, you know that. You and Allison have been very close.
I've treated people that were close to me before.
But she's so young, so young. Well, keep that in mind. It might be the very strength of that youth that will pull her through this. How bad?
Looks like 20,000 red cells minimum. Take a look. said no fractures.
But she must have had a great deal of subarachnoid bleeding. It must have been a large vessel.
The question is where and which one. I've ordered the angiogram.
I'm going plumb out of my mind, just sitting. I gotta walk.
What is it, sweetie?
No. I just suddenly felt chilled. You settle down into your comfortable world. All's well. And then it's gone. The good feeling is gone. And your life is a turmoil again. You wonder, when does it stop? When does this merry-go-round stop spinning your life around?
Last time we were here.
Oh, you. I thought, oh, I should have listened to you this afternoon. You wanted to send her away.
Oh, Connie.
I have to know. Is she alive?
Yes. How bad is it? Well, it's too early to tell. It's more than a concussion. There's been some bleeding around the brain. We call it a subarachnoid hemorrhage. What are her chances?
It's hopeful in itself that she's past the initial bleeding.
May we see her?
Connie, she's in a coma. She won't see you or hear you. She won't even know you're there. But there is hope. There is hope.
Preview from the continuing story of Peyton Place.
Connie, wait, stop.
Oh, Michael. Let me see Michael.
Connie, you can't.
I just want to know she's there.
I like to know if I'm in the red or in the black. And if there's going to be a trial, I want it held on neutral ground, where there's absolutely no possibility of outside emotion exploding in the courtroom.
Just the other day, you were screaming for my scalp for being a vengeance seeker and moving too fast on the Harrington case.
That's right. And I'm going to go right on shouting.